Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel on a rainy Saturday here in Maryland. And we got the 1978 New York Yankees taking on the Baltimore Orioles. The Baltimore Orioles travel up to New York here on April 17th. First game of a two-game series. And let's take a look at the Baltimore Orioles starting lineup. Leading off, playing left field, Apba. Batting second, playing second, Billy Smith. Batting third, playing right field, Canton Singleton. Batting fourth, playing first base, Eddie Murray. Batting fifth and doing the DH is Lee May. Batting sixth, playing center field is Larry Harlow. Batting seventh, playing third base, Doug DeCinces. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Rick Dempsey. Batting ninth, playing shortstop is Mark Belanger. And on the mound doing the pitching for the Baltimore Orioles is Mike Flanagan. Let's take a look now at the hometown New York Yankees starting lineup. We got leading off playing second base Willie Randolph. Batting second, playing center field's Mickey Rivers. Batting third, doing the catching is Thurman Munson. Batting fourth, playing right field Reggie Jackson. Batting fifth, playing left field Lou Piniella. Batting sixth, playing first base is Chris Chambliss. Batting seventh, doing the DH is Cliff Johnson. Batting eighth, playing third base is Greg Nettles. Batting ninth, playing shortstop's Bucky Dent. And on the mound for the New York Yankees is Catfish Hunter. Let's get down here at the Yankee Stadium, folks, and get this game started. And the first batter to the face Catfish Hunter is going to be Al Bumry. He's hitting .212 on the year with 5 RBIs. This is Catfish's second game. He's 1-0 with a 5.4 ERA. And here's the first pitch of the ball game, folks. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bucky Dent. Should be an easy play for Dent. Over to Chris at first for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 down here for the Orioles. And that'll bring up Billy Smith. And Billy's batting .312. He's got a homer and 2 RBIs on the year. Here's the pitch to Billy. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Hunter's first strikeout of the game. 2 up and 2 down. Brings up switch hitting Ken Singleton. And Singleton's batting .450. And he has an RBI on the year. Here's the pitch to Ken. And that's going to be against the righty. It's going to make him a 6 and a 9. Should be barely a base hit. The ball's hit down the Nettles. He fires over to first. They say Singleton beat it out. So it's a 2-out single, and that brings up Eddie Murray. And Murray's batting .382 on the year. He's got a homer and 5 RBIs. What just happened there? Let's go back. I screwed the pooch up, didn't I? What just happened here? Singleton should get on board here with a single instead of handing him out. So it should be an infield hit here for Singleton. And now, like I say, we should have Murray up here. There we go. Now we got it right. And Murray's up. Here's the pitch to Eddie. And that's going to be a base on balls. And all of a sudden, Hunter with 2 outs has got himself in a little bit of a mess here. Brings up Lee May, the designated hitter. May's batting .314. He's got runners on first and second. See what he can do here. He's got a homer and 3 RBIs. And here's the pitch to Lee May. And that's not looking good against a righty. He's going to be a 14 and an 8. And that's a nice play out there by Mickey Rivers to save Hunter from giving up the go-ahead run here. Nice run and catch out there in the gap and left field. and that'll retire the side. The Orioles strand two. We go to the bottom of the first. Baltimore nothing. Randolph, Rivers, and Munson due up. And Willie's batting .382. He's got a homer and 5 RBIs. This is Flanagan's third game. He's 1-1 with a 3.86 ERA. Here's the pitch to Willie. And that's going to be a 22. That's going to be the catcher. And Dempsey is an 8. And a 44 is probably column number 1. Let's see here. Catcher with an 8 and a 44. And that is column number 1. That's going to be a pop-up. I'm sorry, that's going to be a ground ball in front of the plate. Dempsey's up with it. He's going to fire down the first, and that'll be out number 1. They get Randolph, and that brings up Rivers now. And Mickey batting .314 with 7 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Smith's up with it. Fires over to first. 2 ground balls, 2 outs. That brings up the captain, Thurman Munson. And Thurman's batting .483. He's got 8 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be fly ball out the right field. Singleton's got it. The Yankees go down 1-2-3. We go to the second, no score. We got Hardlow, the Sensei, and Dempsey due up here for the Orioles. And Larry's batting .320 on the year. Here's the pitch to Larry. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. That's Hunter's second strikeout of the game. Brings up Rick Dempsey now. And Dempsey's batting .167 with 3 RBIs. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts. Can he strike out the side here in the second inning? Doug the Sensei's up now. And Doug's batting. I'm sorry, I had that backwards. So let's see. The Sensei strikes out, and now Dempsey's up. So we got that backwards. And the Sensei. So Dempsey's batting .348 with a homer and 2 RBIs. Let's see if he can strike out Dempsey for real this time and strike out the side. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Hunter strikes the side out in the second. We go to the bottom of the second with Jackson, Piniella, and Chambliss due up here. Reggie's batting .312. He's got 3 home runs and 8 RBIs on the year. And he gets a hold of this one off of Flanagan. See what Reggie can do with it. Squares it up. And that ball is hit into the gap in left field. Let's just make sure Mike doesn't have any L's or M's, and he doesn't. So that'll be a double in the right center. And with a leadoff double, Reggie down at second for Mr. Piniella. Let's see if Lou can drive him in here and give the Yankees an early lead. Piniella off to a good start, batting .412. He's got a homer and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. See if the runner gets over to third. And on a 23 with a 4, I'm sure that's column number 1. But we'll check to make sure. He's a 4 and a 23. And yeah, it's column number 1. That's going to be a strikeout. Didn't even need to look. So Lou strikes out. That's 1 out now for Chris Chambliss. And Chris gets a hold of this one, folks. So the lefties are doing well against Flanagan. And let's see, does he have a G or an H? No, he doesn't. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going into the right field bleachers, folks. And it's 2-0 New York. Chambliss' second home run of the year. RBI 6 and 7. The Yankees take a 2-0 lead. And brings up Cliff Johnson batting a .150 with an RBI this year. And he gets a hold of this. They're teeing off on Flanagan here in this second inning. Only one out. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Back-to-back home runs by the Yankees to take a 3-0 lead. It's Cliff Johnson's first home run of the year. Yankees lead this game 3-0. Hey, Brandell 970 just joined in time to see the Yankees hit back-to-back home runs. See if this one ends up in Greg Nettles' ear. He's batting .222. He's 6 for 27 on the year with a homer and 2 RBIs as we drop the dice before we even try to roll it. And he smashes this ball against the lefty. He's going to make Flanagan 17. Let's see here if that takes away the hit here. No, that's going to be a base hit in the right field. These Yankees are a hitting machine all of a sudden against Flanagan. So Nettles is aboard here with 1 out. I'm doing the 78 Yankees and the 78 Braves using Apba Master Game. That way you get to see every player and on every team. Do one American League team and one National League team. I did it in 61, but I just used Apba Basic. So in 78, I decided to do Master, and I'm really enjoying it. Yep. So now we got a runner down at first for Bucky Dent, batting .345. Bucky's got a homer and 7 RBIs. And they just keep on smashing this ball, folks. That's going to make Flanagan an 8 on an 8. And that's going to be a base hit into left field. And Nettles is going to hold up at second. So we got first and second now. Back to the top of the order. Runners on first and second for Willie Randolph. And let's see if Willie can come through. He grounded out to the catcher his first time up. Yankees up 3-0. Nettles on at second. Not great speed. Dent, average speed down at first. Cool. That is neat. 1983. I love the 83 season. That was the first season I bought. 1984, I bought Appa and had the 1983 season. I loved Murph and the Braves. So, yep, that's an awesome season. I agree with you. Yep. Here's the pitch to Willie. And that could be a base hit against the lefty. He's going to knock him down to a 6. And Flanagan's having a rough outing here. He might not make it out of the second inning here, folks. So that'll be a 6 and a 11. And that's going to be a single in the center field. That'll score Nettles easy. Let's see if Dent can make it down the third. He might make it down the third with no play here. 59 minus the 30 arm. And his speed's an 8. Yeah, there won't even be a throw. So now we got first and third and still only 1 out. And the Yankees are now up 4-0 here. Now we got Rivers up. And this might be the last batter for Flanagan, especially if Rivers gets on. He is 0 for 1 today. He grounded out the second. Exactly. Awesome back end, wasn't it? Yeah, I was 12 when I bought that. Yep. So here comes Mick. See if he can drive in some more. It's 4-0 New York. And this might be the double play that the Orioles needed. That ball is hit down the third. The sensei is going to be a fielding column 1. And that is going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. I didn't even need to look at the. He's got the wine. That's a big strikeout for Flanagan. They're going to let him pitch the Thurman. He's 0 for 1. He's flown out to right his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Yankees score 4. Could have been a whole lot more, pun intended with that rhyme, but that'll do it. We go to the top of the third. It's 4-0 New York. We got Belanger, and then back to the top of the order in Bumry and Smith. See what Hunter can do here with a 4-run lead. Belanger's batting .296 on the year with 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a rare result, 39 on a 25. 25 and a 39. There's an 11. That's the shortstop. And Bucky's a 9. We'll have to re-roll some dice here. And a 44 on a 9 should be at least fielding column 2. And it is fielding column 2. And that's going to be an error. Wild throw pulls the Chambliss off the bag. So that's an E6. So Belanger's aboard here. What all Hunter wanted out of his defense to get the lead runner aboard on a 4-0 lead. So now we're back to the top of the order in Al Bumry. Bumry grounded out the shortest first time up. And that's going to be a foul out to the catcher. Oh, Thurman makes a nice catch, throws off the mask for out number 1. That brings up Billy Smith now with 1 down. Belanger at first. And that could be trouble here against the righty. Going to make him a 13 on an 8. 13 on a 9, rather. And that's going to be a base hit. Down the first. Chambliss can't do nothing with it. And we got first and second now with 1 out for Ken Singleton. So Hunter in a little bit of a jam here with 1 out. See if he can get out of this mess. Ken Singleton singled his first time up. Here's the pitch to Ken. And that's going to be a ground ball. I don't think he's going to be good and bad enough to turn that 12. Against a righty, he makes him a 6. And that's down the first base. Chambliss is a 4. That'll be fielding column 1. And that's going to be your old 3-6-3 double play. The Yankees get out of it. Nice play by Chambliss down there at first to turn the double play. We go to the bottom of the third. It's 4-0 New York. We got Jackson, Piniella, and Chambliss due up as the Yankees sent 9 batters to the plate in the second inning rather. And Jackson led off with a double in the second. And that might be a base hit against the lefty, though. Let's see. He struggles against lefties. He's going to make Flanagan a 16. And that is going to be an infield hit. Doug DeSensei's up with it. Fires over to first. They say Jackson beat him by a step. So we got the lead runner aboard for the Yanks. That brings up Lou. Sweet Lou Piniella's up now. See what Lou can do. He's 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. I like both teams. Yeah. I wasn't going to do the Braves. I didn't think many people want to see a 69-win team, but Beatles and a bunch of guys on here said they don't care. They just tune in to watch. So I figured I'd do the Braves. You got the young Dale Murphy, young Bob Horner coming up. A lot of the guys in the 80s getting ready to come up. Hubbard and Benedict make an appearance in 78. So, of course, you got Nuxie. So, yeah. And here's the pitch to Sweet Lou. And that's going to be a catcher. That's going to be a foul ball near the screen. Dempsey makes the catch for out number 1. And why that? Oh, got to get the right button here. That'll be out number 1. And that comes up as Chris Chambliss now. And Chambliss is 1 for 1 with that 2-run homer the first time up. And not this time. That's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Flanagan strikes him out. That brings up Cliff Johnson. And Johnson, he homered his first time up with a back-to-back home run. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, bud. Oh, exactly. Man, this was a godsend coming out in March of last year. Yeah, it really got me back into Appa baseball, that's for sure. Here's the pitch to Cliff, and that's going to be a ground ball down the second, and he'll go to short, way over to short, and that'll end the inning, folks. Yankee strand. Oh, that's the wrong way to do it. We'll redo that, get the right put out. We'll put the right put out in here. Enter the wrong numbers. Sorry about that. Get this right. And we go to the top of the fourth. It is still 4-0 New York. You got Murray, May, and Harlow due up here. Murray walked his first time up, and that's going to be a fly ball out the Rivers. Plenty of room out there. Makes the catch. Brings up Lee May now, and May is 0 for 1. He flew out the Rivers his first time up. Not this time. He squares this one up off of Hunter. And that's going to be we got to check here because I know Catfish has got the old M. So let's see here. Against a righty, he's going to make him a 14. Let's see if he changes this into a home run. Nope, that's going to be a double, I believe. 14, no M. That'll be a double in the right center field. Rivers gets over there after it hits off the wall, throws the ball in. Lee Mays down at second with 1 out. Barry Harlow. If I remember right, Harlow struck out. Yep, struck out his first time up. See if Hunter can do it again here. Here's the pitch to Harlow. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. See here. On a 13, that'll be fielding column 1. And that's going to be a pop fly down the third. Out in shallow left field. Nettles makes the catch. And that'll be out number 2. And that brings up Doug DeSensei now. DeSensei struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch from Catfish. And that's going to be a base on balls. So DeSensei walks on down to first. That brings up Rick Dempsey now. 2 outs, runners at first and second. May out there. I got May's speed all messed up. Let's fix that. Give me 1 second. Ain't no way Lee May's a 25 speed. That's for sure. His speed is a 3. His arm's a 25 when I put that in. Can I say, ain't no way Lee May's fast. It'll take me 1 second here and we'll get this right. Exactly. Yeah. Drives me nuts. Drives me nuts. Back to the game here. So Dempsey's up. May down at second. DeSensei at first. Like I say, May doesn't have any speed at all down there at second. So it'll take a hell of a hit or a double to score May with 2 outs here. Dempsey struck out his first time up. And that's going to be again, I don't think he's going to be bad enough or good enough to change that into a hit. No, that's going to be down to first base. 52. He's going to take the ball himself, touch the bag for out number 2. And that'll win the inning, folks. The Orioles strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Nettles, Denton, then back to the top of the order and Randolph. And Greg's 1 for 1. He came around the score in that second inning. See what he can do here in the fourth. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Murray's got it for out number one. One up and one down for the Yanks. That brings up Bucky Dent. Let's see what Bucky can do. He singled his first time up. And he gets a hold of this one, drives that ball in the right field. And he's 2 for 2, folks. So Bucky's aboard here with one out. Back to the top of the order in Randolph. Willie's 1 for 2 with an RBI in that second inning. And that might be a base hit. And that is going to be a base hit in the right field. Dent, let's see here. A 40. And Singleton's got a hell of an arm out there. 34 arm. And Bucky's going to stay put down there at second. So that's going to be a single in the right field. Runners on first and second now for Mickey Rivers. Flanagan's in a trouble here in the fourth. See if he can get out of this mess here. So lefty Rivers is up. He's 0 for 2. He grounded out and struck out. And that's going to be a pop-up near the dugout. Dempsey makes the catch for out number 2. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, didn't have a lot of range, but he has a hell of an arm. Yeah. Yeah, he was the DH in 83. You're exactly right. And that brings up Thurman Munson now. He's flown out twice. Can Thurman give the Yankees some extra runs here? And that's going to be a 9 against the lefty. It's going to make him a 5. And that's going to be an infield. That's going to be a single in the left field. That's going to field the bases. Let's see here. With 2 outs, maybe not. So that's going to be a single in the left field. And that's going to drive in a run and have first and third, folks. So now it's a 5-0 game. And Jackson's up. They're going to let Flanagan pitch to Jackson, a lefty. If he don't get Jackson out, they're taking him out of this game. He's 2 for 2 with a double and scored in that second inning. And that is well hit. This is going to be it for Flanagan. The Yankees are going to bust this game open. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is gone, folks. Home run number 4 for Reggie makes this an 8-0 ball game. And out comes Flanagan. Left him in 1 batter, 2 Let's see who the Orioles got in the bullpen. The Yankees keep on hitting, man. Sure. They got what? Pinella, Chambliss, and Johnson due up. Hate to waste Tippy, but that's who they're going with. One Martinez coming in, a Tippy type. So Tippy's coming in to face these lefties. Flanagan can't get out of the 4th inning, and it is 8-0 New York. See when Tippy last pitched, though. Oh, he hasn't pitched in a while, so Tippy will be coming in here to pitch. So you got 2 outs, nobody on for Lou Pinella. So here's the pitch to Sweet Lou. See what he can do here against Tippy Martinez. And that's going to be a base on balls. These Orioles pitchers are struggling here today. It brings up Chris Chambliss now. Chambliss 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer. And that's going to be might be a hit by pitch. Nope. Let's see here. Catcher 62. That's going to be a rare play result with a runner on at first on a 41. Let's see what that is. A 34 on a 41. It's going to be a 29. It's going to be the team defense. Game interrupted in a 1.5 hour because of rain. Both pitchers are reduced by 6. And you got to pitch at least 3 more batters. So Tippy becomes a 1. So here's the pitch to Chambliss. And that's going to be another rare result. Okay. And again, this time it might be, let's see, with a catcher, might not be a rare result. Catcher down at first with a 26 on an 8. I might be fielding column 1. It might not be a rare result. And yeah, that's going to be a column 1. Batter called off first. But they do lead by 8 runs, so it is going to be a rare play. So we'll re-roll the dice again. Another rare play, back-to-back rare plays, a 14 and a 30 with a runner on first, I think. Let's see here, is it a 30? Yep, and that's going to be BK. Is he a 0? No, that's going to. So that's going to be a full count on him. All that just to get a full count. So it's a 3-2 count on Chambliss. Here's the pitch again to Chambliss. Long at bat, and he's going to deliver here, folks. That's going to be a single in left field. And Lou's going to stop down at second with an 8-run lead. So the Orioles pitchers can't get anybody out. Here comes Cliff Johnson now. Johnson's 1 for 2 with a homer. And that's going to finally end the inning. That ball is hit back to the mound. And let's see here. Make sure I'm right. Yep, that ball is hit back to the mound. He'll fire over to first, Tippy will. And that'll end the inning, but not until the Yankees score 4. And we go to the top of the 5th. And I got to remember that Hunter is now a 3 for 3 batters he's got to face. So he's got Belanger, Bumry, and Smith due up before I can take him out of this game. We'll try to get through this 5th inning so he can get the win anyway. Here's the pitch to Belanger. He's scored, reached on an error his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball. Well, wait a second. With him now being a 3, Belanger's going to make him 8. So, yeah, that will be a ground ball down the first. Chambliss is up with it. He touches the bag for out number 1. That brings up Al Bumry now. And Bumry's 0 for 2, grounded out and popped up. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Bumry's down at first now with Mr. Billy Smith up. So this is the last batter that Hunter has to face. And Billy's 1 for 2, struck out and singled. Here's the pitch to Smith. And that could be the old double play the Yankees are looking for. That ball's hit down the short. And that'll be a fielding column 1. And no, He goes the short way over to second. Nice slide in there by Bunbury. And no throw. So now there's 2 outs. And Singleton's up the bat with Smith down at first. And here's the 1-2 pitch to Ken Singleton. And that's going to be a pop up on the infield. And that's down the third. Nettles makes the catch for out number 3. And we go to the 6th inning. It's 8-0 New York. Tippy will stay out here to pitch. You got Nettles, Denton, and Randolph. Craig's 1 for 2 and grounded out the first of the time up. That's going to be a ground ball down the third. Matter of fact, that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Nettles out for out number 1. That brings up Bucky Dent now. And Bucky's 2 for 2. He singled twice. Let's see what he does this time. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. So you got 1 out and Dent down at first. That brings up Willie Randolph. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI. Here's the pitch to Willie. And that's going to be a rare play result, I believe. Now it might be a wild pitch. And that is a wild pitch. And Bucky will make it down the second. 1 ball, no strikes now on Willie. And here's the pitch to Willie again. And that's going to be a single in the left field. And Bucky will stop at third. And that's going to be it for Tippy. So they're going to take Tippy out of this game. Going through some pitchers here, folks. Let's see here. And they're going to go with, let's check here. It's either going to be Brills or Kerrigan. See who hasn't pitched lately. Brills is tired, wasn't he? Yeah, he's tired. So it's going to be Joe Kerrigan's coming in here to pitch. Try to eat some innings up here. And this is Joe's 4th appearance of the season. He's got a 3.38 ERA. Oh, exactly. Yes, it does. You're exactly right. Makes it nice. Yep. So here's the pitch to Rivers. They're going to play back for the double play. They want outs. They're already down 8-0. Here's the pitch to Rivers. And that's going to be probably a base hit as Kerrigan comes in. He's going to make him a 1. So that is going to be a base hit. And first and third get the right situation here, Dwayne. And that's going to be a single over second. That'll score Dent. And Randolph's going to stop at second. So it is now a 9-0 ball game. And here comes Munson up now, first and second. 1 out. Thurman's 1 for 3 with an RBI. And that's going to be a base on balls. These Orioles can't do nothing right out there on the mound, folks. Walks Munson. Brings up Jackson, who's already hit a home run today, folks. He is 3 for 3, a double and a homer for Reggie. 3 RBIs on the day. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be another base on balls. He walks in a run. So now it is 10-0. Sweet Lou's up now. Lou's 0 for 2. Struck out, popped up, and walked. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. That's the second out of this inning. That brings up Chambliss now. And Chris is 2 for 3 with a 2-run homer. And that's going to be a pop up behind home plate. And that'll be out number 3. That'll end the inning. But the Yankees scored 2 more and take a 10-0 lead. We go to the top of the 6th. And that's going to be it for Hunter. Let's see who they're going to bring in here after that rain delay. Let's see here. And they're going to go with Ken Clay. He's going to come in here and pitch. So Clay's going to come in here, try to eat up some innings as Hunter goes 6 innings after that rain delay. He'll be facing Murray, May, and Harlow. This is Clay's 3rd appearance. He's got a 7.71 ERA, but he's 1-0 this year. And Eddie's 0 for 1. He's walked and flew out the center. And that's probably going to be a base hit against the righty. And that's going to be a 5 and an 8. And that's going to be a single in the left field. Murray's aboard here with nobody out. That brings up Lee May now. Let's see what Lee can do with a runner down at first. He's doubled and flew out the center. And that's going to be another fly ball out to Rivers. He's got it for out number 1. And that brings up Larry Harlow. Oh, exactly. Yes, it does. Like I say, I thought it was going to be a good pitching matchup. One-sided pitching matchup, and now Hunter's out of the game. Harlow's up now with a runner down at first. He's 0 for 2, struck out and popped up the 3rd. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. Let's see if Nettles can go around the horn and get a double play here, folks. 54 with a 5. That'd probably be fielding column 2. Yeah, that's fielding column 2. And they'll get the lead runner. He'll go down the 2nd, but they won't be able to turn 2 here. So now you got a runner down at first and Harlow for Doug DeCense. And there's now 2 outs. And Doug's 0 for 1, struck out and walked. And he might put the ball in play. He does put the ball in play this time. And that'll make him an 8 on an 8, 8 on a 9. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 2nd. Randolph's up with it, throws over to first, and that'll end in the inning. Nice play by Willie to end that inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is 10-0. New York. You got Johnson, Nettles, and Dent due up here. Cliff 1 for 3 with a homer. And that's going to be a base on balls. That's Kerrigan's 3rd walk since entering the game, folks. Brings up Greg Nettles now. See if the Yankees make him pay for these bases on balls. Nettles 1 for 3. Came around the score in the 2nd inning. And he does make him pay unless he has a GRH, and he doesn't. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going. And it is now 12-0 New York. Everybody gets a homer. You get a homer. He gets a homer. That brings up Bucky Dent now. Nobody out, nobody on. He's 3 for 3. 3 singles. Here's the pitch to Bucky. And that's going to be a 23. That'll be the pitcher. He's a 1 on a 23. That'll be fielding column. That's going to be an error on Kerrigan. And he's not even helping himself out. So Bucky's aboard with nobody out. And up steps Willie Randolph. He's 3 for 4 with an RBI and scored twice. And there's going to be another hit. Damn. Jeez, you Pete's, this game's crazy. So he's going to make him a 10, though. Let's make sure. 10 and a 10. He might take this hit away. Nope. That's going to be a single in the center field. And to get down the third, a 53. Let's see if he gets down the third. Minus the 30 arm. 31. They're going to try throwing him out here on a 31. 61 or lower. He's safe. And he's in there at third. So that's a base hit. And runners on first and third, and still nobody out, folks. And they're going to have Kerrigan pitch. They're not trying to waste a bullpen here. Excuse me for a minute. Okay. So now we got Rivers up, nobody out. Defense is back, looking for double play. Here's the pitch to Mick. And that's just what the Orioles was looking for. That's going to be a ground ball down the short, over to second, over to first. The run will score, but that's 2 outs here in the 6th. And that brings up Thurman Munson now with nobody on. Yankees up 13-0 on the Baker's dozen. And Thurman's 1 for 3 with a walk and an RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Smith. That'll end the inning, but not until the Yankees score 3 more runs and make it 13-0. We go to the top of the 7th. Dempsey, Belanger in the top of the order due up here against Clay. Rick's 0 for 2, struck out and grounded out the first. And that's going to be a base hit into left field. Dempsey's aboard here with a leadoff single. Orioles trying to at least get on the board here. And here is Mr. Mark Belanger, 0 for 2. Reached on an error and grounded out the first. And that could be a double play ball here. That ball is hit down the second. And that's going to be a nice double play. That's going to be second to short to first. Your old 4-6-3 double play. And now there's 2 outs for Al Bumry. The Orioles can't buy a base hit or any luck at all in this game. Al's 0 for 2. He's grounded out, popped up, and walked. And that's going to be another base on balls. So Al's down at first with 2 outs. How big was that double play now, even though they got a 13-run lead? Billy Smith's up. He's 1 for 3. He struck out, singled, and reached on a fielder's choice. And that might be a base hit here. That'll be a base hit, infield hit. That'll make it first and second. And all of a sudden now the Orioles are making a little bit of noise here in the 7th. Brings up Ken Singleton, first and second and 2 outs. And Ken is 1 for 3, singled, grounded into a double play, and popped up the third. And that'll end the inning on a swing and a miss, strike 3. We go to the 7th inning stretch. Hey, Doug. Came in late to a slugfest here by the Yankees. Looks like batting practice. 13-0. Flanagan started this game, got lit up. And the rest of the bullpen hasn't done much either. And that'll be it for Kerrigan. Let's see who they're going to go to. Probably Stoddard. Old Bigfoot probably going to come in the game here. Try to get through the last 2 innings here. Let's see here. When did Stoddard last pitch? He pitched a day ago. And he pitched the 3 batters, though. So Stoddard's going to come in. So in comes Tim. try to get through the 7th and 8th inning. And he'll be facing Jackson, Piniella, and Chambliss here in the 7th. And Stoddard, this is his 3rd appearance. He doesn't have a record. He's got a 5.40 ERA. He struck out 5 and walked 1. And Jackson's a perfect 3 for 3, a double, a homer, and walked. Only thing he needs is the old triple here, folks, to have the cycle. Here's the pitch to Reggie. And that's not going to be a triple, but that'll be a base hit in the left field. Reggie's aboard here because every Oriole has to give up a hit. So Reggie down at first for Lou Piniella now. And Sweet Lou is 0 for 3. He's probably the only Yankee without a hit here. He is struck out, popped up, reached on a walk, and struck out. And he just ended this drought. He squares this up against Stoddard. And that ball is driven. Let's see here. He's got the M. Let's see if this is going to be a home run, folks. Against the righty, he's going to make him a 5. The runner down at first. And no, that's just going to be a double in right field. And with Jackson's speed, he'll probably come around the score. Let's check here. On this 42. Like I say, I already said it before, but Singleton does have a good arm. But Jackson's got excellent speed down there. 25. Let's see here. 25 is a 51 or lower. He's going to come around the score. What the hell? And they throw him out. Singleton guns him down on the double by Lou. Nice throw. Got him out by a country mouse, Singleton did. And now there's 1 out. And Lou down at second. Let's see now what Chambliss can do. So it keeps it a 13-0 game. That was probably the biggest play for the Orioles there. Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right. I sure did. Here's the pitch to Chambliss. He's 2 for 4 with a 2-run homer. And that's going to be a base on balls. Chambliss trots on down to first. Now there's 1 out and Cliff Johnson's up with runners on first and second. And Johnson's 1 for 3 with a homer of his own. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. That's 2 outs now. And it's up to Greg Nettles to add some more runs to this marathon. He's 2 for 4 with a homer because every Yankee gets a homer. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. He'll toss it over to Murray. That'll end the inning. The Yankees strand 2. Nice play by Singleton, throwing out a runner at the plate. Keeps it a 13-0 game as we go to the top of the 8th. And you got Murray, May, and Harlow due up here for the Orioles. Murray's 1 for 2 with a single his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Nettles is up, down the first rather. Chambliss takes it himself for out number 1. And that brings up Lee May now. And May's 1 for 3 with a double. And he's flew out to center the other 2 times. So he's going to give left field a chance. And Lou's up to the task, makes the catch, 2 up and 2 down. And here comes Harlow up now. And he is 0 for 3. Struck out, popped up, and reached on the fielder's choice. And that'll end the inning. A fly ball in the center field. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still 13-0. Bottom's hardly order due up here. Dent, then back to Randolph and Rivers. And Bucky's 3 for 4. He scored 3 times and reached on an error. So he's been on base all 4 times. and make it 5 as he squares this one up, folks. Bucky Dent's all over this fastball, and that ball is driven into, again, he's got the M. So let's see here against the righty. He's going to make him a 5 on an M. And nope, it's going to be a double in the right center field off the wall. Bucky standing down there at second with a leadoff double for Willie Randolph. Randolph's up now with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. He's 4 for 5 with only 1 RBI. He scored twice. Here's the pitch to Willie. And that's going to be a base on balls. Stoddard in trouble here in the 8th. It's his game. They're not making no more moves here. Not down 13-0. They're not wasting a bullpen. Mickey's 1 for 5 with an RBI. Now we got first and second and nobody out. Orioles hoping to get a double play here. Here's the pitch to Mickey. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Bucky's going to stay put with a 13-run lead for 1 out. And that brings up Thurman Munson now. He's 1 for 4 with a walk and an RBI. And that's going to be the old ground ball. Let's see here. Against the righty. He's going to make him an 8, so no way that's going to change. So down the first, Murray is a 4 first baseman on a 15. That's going to be fielding column 1. That's going to be the old 3-6-3 double play. Orioles get out of that with no runs scored, and we go to the top of the 8th. And Clay's still going to stay on the mound here or not? Let's see here. We'll bring in Eastwick to finish this game out. You got the righty. So, yeah, Eastwick will come out here. Clay's pitched well. He's pitched, 3 innings? So Eastwick will come out of the bullpen, try to end this 9th inning here. So this will be Eastwick's third appearance of the year. He has got a 2.25 ERA. Like I say, he'll have the sensei Dempsey and Belanger due up bottom part of the order here in the 9th with a 13-run lead. Here's the pitch to Doug. He's 0 for 2. He's walked, struck out, and grounded out. And that's going to be probably a base hit here against the righty. No, that's an 11 and a 9. And that's going to be a nice play down there at short by Bucky Dent. He dives, comes up throwing, fires over to first for out number 1. Nice play by Bucky Dent. That brings up Rick Dempsey now. Dempsey's 1 for 3. He singled his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And Willie's got it. And that'll be out number 2. 2 up and 2 down. The Orioles down to the last out. And it's Mark Belanger. And he's 0 for 3. Reached on an air and grounded out twice. And that'll be another ground ball down the short. A lot easier play this time for Bucky. And that'll end this game. Orioles glad as the Yankees win 13-0, folks. Let's take a look here at the box score. Yeah, I play lineups as far as whoever starts is in the lineup. I'm sometimes move the lineups around, but whoever the starter is, that's the lineup I go with. But like I say, sometimes I make changes in the batting order. And this has got to be about the 13 runs or the 20 hits. 20 hits, yep. Orioles, no runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. The Yankees, 13 runs, 20 hits, and 1 error. Let's take a look at the complete box score here. And Billy Smith had 2 hits for the Orioles in one of the bright spots. They were 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position, left 9 men on base. Randolph, 4 for 5 Reggie Jackson 4 for 4, 4 RBIs, had a double, a homer in this game. Didn't get the triple for the cycle. Chris Chambliss was 2 for 4. You had Nettles 2 for 5, and Bucky didn't reach base all 5 times. He was 4 for 3, but reached on an error. Chambliss, Johnson, and Nettles had home runs. Yankees 6 for 16 with runners in scoring position. They scored 13 runs and still left 11 men on base. Mike Flanagan picks up his second loss, goes 3 2/3, 11 hits, 8 runs, struck out 3, and gave up 3 bombs. Tippy Martinez comes in and stunk up the joint also. 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 2 runs, walked 1, struck out 1. Martinez did come in though, and it was a rain, and he had to pitch the 3 batters. So that did affect him. Kerrigan comes in, doesn't do much better. An inning and 2/3, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. Walked 3, struck out 1, and gave up a homer. Stoddard wasn't pretty, but he pitched 2/3, 2 innings, 3 hits, walked 2, and struck out 1. Oh, you're welcome. It's a pleasure. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And for the Yankees, Hunter, due to that rain delay, only goes 5 innings, picks up his second win, gives up 3 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Clay comes in, pitches a nice 3 innings, 3 hits, walked 1, struck out 1. Eastwick comes in, knocks him out in the ninth, and that's your ball game, folks. Let's do some fast play here in the American League. We got the Brewers taking on the Red Sox in Boston. And the Brewers beat the Red Sox 4 runs, 9 hits, and an error. And the Red Sox 2 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error. Let's see here. Gorman Thomas 1 for 1 with a RBI. Was the player of the game. Let's see when he came in the game. Oh, he started the game. They just walked him 3 times. Okay. And the Rangers take on the Indians in Cleveland. Let's see what happens up here in Cleveland, Ohio. And the Rangers shut out the Indians. 2 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error for the Rangers. Indians, no runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors. Then we got the White Sox traveling to Detroit to take on the Tigers. And the Birds on the mound. The bird, the bird's a word. Have you heard? And the Bird gets beat up this time. White Sox 5 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error. The Tigers are 1 run, 8 hits, and no errors. And you got the A's traveling to Minnesota to take on the Twins. And the Twins win a close one. The A's 5 runs, 10 hits, and an error. Twins 6 runs, 12 hits, and 3 errors. And we got the Angels traveling to Seattle to take on the Mariners. And the Angels beat up on the Mariners. 20 hits, and the Mariners had 4 errors. Didn't help their calls any. Angels 10 hits, 10 runs, 20 hits, no errors. The Mariners just 1 run on 5 hits and 4 errors. Looks like that Yankee game we just had. And you got the Orioles traveling to Toronto to take on the Blue Jays. Yeah, exactly, Dwayne. Doug, and the state was at an Angels game. 2 games in this date wasn't much of a game. Like I say, I thought Flanagan would pitch real well, a lefty against the Yankees. And Kansas City wins this one, 5 runs, 12 hits. Loses this one rather, 5 runs, 12 hits, and no errors as the Blue Jays score 6 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. Future Yankee Rick Cerrone goes 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Then you got that was the last game in the American League. And we got next game up on the channel is going to be the Braves and the Giants. We'll take a look here at the American League standings. And you got the Yankees still undefeated, the only undefeated team, 9-0. 3 games up on the Tigers. Twins leading the American League West. They're 11-3. They're 4 games up on Kansas City. And you got the Phillies 6-1, a game up on the Cubbies, and the Dodgers 5-3, tied up there with Houston. And you got Leon Roberts leading the National American League with a 474 batting average. Oh, Butch with 5 home runs and 15 RBIs leading the American League. And you still got pitchers with no ERA leading the American League. And you got Dave Gotts, which is 3 wins, Goose, and now Don Kirkwood with 4 saves on the year. And Butch Weiniger's leading with MVP. Dave's leading in the Cy Young. See about hitting streaks here. Oh, Ford with the Twins got 13-game hitting streak. Willie with 9. Bucky with 8. Munson with 7. A lot of Yankees on hitting streaks, obviously. So I want to thank Aaron Reed, just stopped in. Yeah, Slaughter. And Grandel 970 and Doug Hunt for stopping in. Until next time, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell. And on your way out of Yankee Stadium, hit that like button and leave a comment. Till next time, you all take care and have a great day.